Hello and welcome to tonight's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with Mike Molyneux, and back from his vacation, Marv is on. We've been laughing at him for weeks. For weeks, he was like, if the Patriots just don't go to the wild card round, I shouldn't miss a playoff game. He had no communication. He saw me and Mike talking about the Dolphins beating the Patriots, and we just got a what response. That was it. That was the last we heard from him after the Dolphins game. So now we're here. We're talking off season. We've got playoffs going on for the Patriots. They are toast. They are done. We have to talk more about Tom Brady because that is really the number one. It's the number one topic that's going to be, I mean, really going on until there's big news regarding whether or not he's coming back to the Patriots or whether or not he's going to a different team. Because some big news that when he did post on Instagram, he essentially ruled out him retiring. He's coming back. He did. I'm not going to say essentially. He did rule out retiring. So he's coming back. So there's some recent quotes now this week. He talks to Jim Gray, Westwood One. He said, quote, the contract things, I think a week after the season, I would say these things haven't even started to pick up. We're a week removed from the end of our season. There's a lot of time to figure these things out. I don't think any player or team is ready to make any commitments at this point, and I'm sure as the offseason progresses, those things will take care of themselves. So he's really, even though he did say he's coming back to the NFL, he's really not making it clear whether or not he wants to come back to the Patriots or not. So, I mean, guys, now that he's ruled that out, does that change anything for you now that he's ruled out retirement? Do you guys think that there's more of a chance that he comes back to the Patriots now that retirement's completely off the table? Or do you think that there's a better chance that he's going to a different team and he's going to be in a different uniform next year? Marv, since you're back, let's kick it off for you.
I don't think retirement was ever in Brady's plans. I mean, even when we did our shows last year in the offseason, we don't think Brady's retiring. He's always hinted that he's wanted to play till he was what, 45.
He hasn't even
That's the
hinted. He's just said it.
he's said it. And so when he did that Instagram post, which I was here for, I was back and I was able to see that. When he did that Instagram post about him coming back and having more to prove, it didn't shock me. It didn't change anything about my perspective. The major question is Tom Brady going to come back in a Patriots uniform? And how have things changed? To be honest, a couple months ago, I would say, oh, 80% chance Brady comes back. Now things look a little murky. We don't know what Belichick, you know, how did he see Brady's performance this year? Is he blaming it on the weapons, or is he blaming on Brady didn't look too good? Brady, how's he seeing the Patriots? They've been messing with his money a lot throughout the years. We saw him move out of his house, move into Connecticut and whatnot. He's obviously laying out all the cards and all the possibilities out for him to be best, whether it's to stay in New England or out. He's going to listen to all offers, I believe. This is the first time in his career where he really has the opportunity to do that, and I think he's going to take advantage of doing so, unless the Patriots and Robert Kraft really go out and say, hey, Tom, this is what we're going to do. This is how we are going to take care of you. And the Patriots, they also have to do it quick, because I believe if they don't and they wait till free agency, they get a major cap hit. I think it's like
$13 million cap hit.
13 million cap hit, and they are not going to want to do that. So decisions are going to be made quick. Conversations are going to be had, and it's going to be ultimately up to the Patriots on how they value Tom Brady and how Belichick values Brady and Stidham, the backup quarterback, or if there's another option out there.
Okay, guys, so we all know how a VPN protects your privacy and security online, right? But I didn't know this until recently, and it's taken my TV watching game to the next level. You can use a VPN to unlock movies and shows that are only available in other countries. Over the weekend, I used ExpressVPN. This is something that I learned recently. Apparently, Netflix just has different shows in the UK. I didn't know that. They're American shows, but they're different shows in the UK.
Sure do.
If you want to watch different shows that are only on Netflix UK, you can spoof your VPN. You can then watch them by acting like you're in England. The computer doesn't know that because computers are stupid. See, ExpressVPN hides your IP address and lets you control where you want sites to think that you're located. You can choose from almost 100 different countries, so you just think about all the Netflix libraries that you guys can go through. Do you love anime? I don't. Use ExpressVPN to access Japanese Netflix and be spirited away. But it's not just Netflix. ExpressVPN works with any streaming service. Hulu, BBC iPlayer, YouTube, you name it. There are hundreds of VPNs out there, but the reason I use ExpressVPN to watch shows is it's ridiculously fast. Stupid fast. There's never any buffering or lag, and you can stream in HD, no issues. ExpressVPN is also compatible with all your devices, phones, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. So you can watch what you want on the go or on the big screen wherever you are. If you guys visit our special link right now, expressvpn.com/beat, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Support the show, watch what you want, and protect yourself at expressvpn.com/beat. All right, Mike, I mean, what do you think? Tom Brady coming back next year after everything that's gone down, everything that's been talked about, all the quotes from this past week?
Tom Brady, to answer that question, yes, Tom Brady will be back next season for sure. And I do believe it will be in a Patriot uniform. I honestly believe, yes, when asked many times, does he want to be back in the New England Patriots? His questions are kind of, we'll see what happens. We'll wait to see how it all shakes out. But I do love the organization. He doesn't really, make a firm statement of, I want to be a Patriot, whatnot. But that's kind of how Brady's answered questions over the years. Never really firm, other than saying that I want to play till 45. When it always comes to the future with the Patriots, is never anything really concrete. Him saying that he has a lot left to prove, I think, is the same feeling in the sense that the Patriots have. Belichick, Kraft, they're not stupid. They're not idiots. Last season was a failure. You're talking about a team that has made it to 3 straight Super Bowls. And then to come up this past season and, the season just started going downhill, and all looked bad over the second half of the season. You lose that last game to Miami. You get into the wild card game and have an ugly loss to Tennessee. It was a failure all around. Brady should feel like he failed. Belichick should feel like he failed. Kraft should feel like he failed. It wasn't good all around. And I think I did read a comment where Belichick said something along the lines of, no one supports Tom Brady as much as I do. He said something along those lines that I read that Belichick said in a press conference. So I firmly believe that, Belichick, Kraft, we know what Kraft said about Brady. He hopes that he plays for the Patriots or retires. So you already know where Kraft stands when it comes to Brady, sorry. Belichick, I know people keep saying, oh, Belichick wants to feel like he can win without Brady. Like I told you, Nick, in the show we did last week, I don't necessarily believe that's the case. I see it as Brady has a lot to prove still. Belichick, Kraft still have a lot to prove, and they want to come back next season and retool. Brady's their guy. This team, the New England Patriots, are not as successful as they are without Brady. And even us sitting here talking, we can kind of see that Brady is not completely lost it. Yes, he'll be 43 next season, but is he complete scrub? No, not at all. Did he have the weapons to work with? No, he didn't. So I think before you want to jump the gun and say, well, it's time to move on to Brady, how about you have a season first, Patriots, where you put him around talent and see what he does. You know how hard Brady works in the offseason. You know this TB12 method, and it's keeping him in such great shape. Let's see what happens if you take that and put it next to talented receivers or tight ends and see what next season brings. I think that's where it should boil down to when it comes to Brady being back next season in the Patriots uniform.
Yeah, see, now, I'm with you. I think that he's going to be back in the Patriots uniform, and it's for a couple reasons. I know it's different circumstances now, but we've done this dance with Tom Brady before. We've done it multiple times at this point. The guy wants more money. We have these conversations, blah, blah, blah. And then he always ends up taking less money because in the end for Tom Brady, it boils down to winning. And I think that he knows the Patriots, I think, will put more talent around him next season after seeing what happened this year. And I think that also goes with Bill Belichick, too. I think Bill's going to want him back because Bill knows his best chance at winning right now with everything that's out there. I don't want to hear any of this Andy Dalton crap. I'll shoot myself. I don't want to see Eli Manning. I saw Mike Felger say, I don't want to see Eli Manning 30,000 miles from Boston, Massachusetts, from Foxborough, from Gillette Stadium. I don't want to see that either. I think that, especially after this quote too, actually, with Jim Gray, he said, I am at a certain point in my career where people think that what I am doing is to a degree impossible. I did not read that right, but for me, it is about continuing to prove to myself that I can lay it all on the line and we can still try and achieve the ultimate goal, which is winning Super Bowls. That right there tells me that he is thinking about winning more than money. He is thinking about winning more than money, and that's why, and this is the next question, we do this in 30 seconds because we got to wrap up the show. Guys, is it more money for him, or is it more long-term on the deal, 2-3 years, which on my end says that is respecting to give him the years that he wants, because at this point, he's given it all for this Patriots organization. I think it's more years. I think that's what matters to him. He has all the money he needs. He's got Giselle. I don't think he needs any more money. Giselle makes a ton of money. I don't think he needs that. I think he wants the respect, and again, with respect comes the years. I think he wants that security that he has this job over the next 2 seasons at least. Mike, what do you think? 30 seconds.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the money. He never has. I always compare Tom Brady to Tim Duncan. With these guys just worry about winning, take the money and, spread it across the team and see if they can bring more talent around him. Brady doesn't care about money. Give him, the 2-year deal, whatever, so he can play the 45 and be on his way. But it's not about money when it comes to Brady.
Marv?
I disagree with you guys. I think it does have to do a little bit with money. Nick, you mentioned respect comes with years, but respect comes with money as well. Brady has taken money off the table many years, and he's done it again this past year.
How much does this guy need?
It doesn't matter about how much you need. It's about where you are status wise. When we look at players, when we look at Kirk Cousins, we define him of how much money he's been making. That's how you define players in the NFL.
That hasn't mattered to him this entire time.
It hasn't, but you don't know how a man feels deep down. He's been feeling disrespected. You took money off, and the Patriots gave you who they gave you? Mohamed Sanu, Julian Edelman, who's a little bit older now. Like, they didn't give him anything this year. So every time I'm taking money off and you're not going to supply me with weapons, that's disrespectful.
Now, real quick, 10 seconds. Josh McDaniels did not get the Cleveland Browns job. 10 seconds. Do you think that helps increase the odds now that he's back as the offensive coordinator, assumably, with the Patriots? I don't even know if that's a word. With the Patriots. Do you think that increases the chances that Tom Brady comes back? 10 seconds. Marv, what do you think?
I do. I think Josh McDaniels keeping Chad O'Shea would be huge as well. And, getting Tom Brady, that stabilizes the New England Patriots offense.
Mike?
I don't think they want to switch anything up. I just think they want to retool the offense. So having Brady back, McDaniels back, I think that's probably the ultimate goal for the organization, and just put a better team or put a better football team out there come next season.
I think having Josh McDaniels back with the Patriots would increase the chances massively for Tom Brady to come back, just because I don't think Tom Brady wants to have to work with another offensive coordinator this deep into his career. I just don't think he wants to. Him and Josh McDaniels know each other. Whether or not they're best buds, it doesn't matter. There's familiarity there, and they have the same game plan. They already understand each other. He's not going to want to work in or I guess groove in another offensive coordinator.